Yes. Would you like me to take roll of the board to make sure we have everyone on? Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to go in order. We have Supervisor Groves here in the room. Supervisor Cox, are you on? I'm here. Perfect. Supervisor Gogan, are you on? I don't think he is, so we're going to move on. Vice Chair Frazier, are you on? Supervisor Frazier?
You should be on it.
Okay. And Supervisor Brown?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect.
This is Dan, I am here, I just couldn't get my unmute button to work.
No worries, thank you.
All right, and we have to proceed. I apologize, I can't make it to Weaverville, so I'm on my satellite service, so there is a slight delay. But welcome to the July 12th Special Board of Supervisors meeting for Trinity County. If you have any Zoom issues, please use the chat function. Could someone, Supervisor Groves, you want to lead in the Pledge of Allegiance?
You bet. Please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we're going to go into presentations. Clerk of the Board, item 1.1. Receive an update from U.S. Forest Service Tara Jones regarding the fires burnt in Trinity County. No fiscal impact. Is Tara Jones online?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good afternoon. So I've got a couple of different fires to tell you about, well, just 3. Let's start with the McFarland fire. The McFarland fire is at 51% containment. We're making pretty good progress on that one. It's at 37,779 acres. We did pretty well, made some pretty good ground on it when it burned into the August fire footprint, so that really helped us out. There are no more mandatory or no more evacuations on that fire to the best of my knowledge, and that's true for mandatory or evacuation warnings. The area we're most concerned about continues to be the bee gum drainage, but in general that fire is starting to look pretty good. It's at 51% containment. The next fire I want to make sure that you all are aware of is the river complex. The river complex is on the Klamath National Forest, and it has a number of fires. At one point they had, we got that lightning through, they had 40 fires, and in like a 48-hour period. So the river complex includes the Haycrest fire and the Summer fire, and the that fire out of the river complex has now reached South Poppy Creek drainage. So there's some concern with the fire behavior and the way, and also in another McNeil Creek. The fire is fully established in McNeil Creek. So that fire, they think it's just a matter of time until the Poppy Creek drainage, which I believe it may be there. So that's what the latest INSOED map seems to indicate. So there's some Poppy Creek structure triage has been in place and being completed. There's some concerns for those residences that are kind of out on their own on Poppy Creek Road. The winds seem to be kicking up the fire the last few days, and in the last 16 hours, the river complex has been much more active than it had been at any other previous time. So that's what I have for you on, I have a note for me. I know the Trinity County Sheriff has been in contact with the team that's managing the river complex that's off of the Klamath National Forest. But I was going to try to find out the trigger points for getting folks out of Coffee Creek. We do have some information boards at Trinity Center, as well as one of the stores up there, and then we're putting one in front of our station there at Coffee Creek. So that's what I have on the river complex. And then moving to the Monument Fire. Monument Fire is currently 67,000 acres, a little over 67,000 acres. It's 3% contained. We have a virtual meeting scheduled for tonight for the public at 2000. The camp is currently, the main ICP camp is being run out of Reading with 2 forward camps, one located at Loudon Park here in Weaverville and the other at Willow Creek. Let's see. Highway 299 continues to be heavily impacted with trees and boulders and things coming down. And I really want to give a lot of kudos to Caltrans, CHP, and as well as the Trinity County Department of Transportation, all working together really well to try and keep that highway open for emergency services. So I've been really happy and impressed with all of them and how well they're working together. As you know, 31 structures have been, as you probably know, 31 structures have been destroyed, 10 residences, 1 residence has been damaged, and approximately 20 outbuildings. And that's what we know to date. We've somebody off of the Team 5 has been pretty diligent about getting some access in there for a county representative to take a look, and that's been going pretty well. The Trinity Alps wilderness has been closed temporarily. Let's see. And I think that's it. The biggest concerns right now are, gosh, there's a lot of concerns. Biggest one is for the weather. The weather today and for the next few days is expected to bring the possibility of dry thunderstorms, which would give us the possibility of lightning and additional starts, and also include the potential for downdrafts, which may result in high winds across the fire area. So that is the latest. We did manage to secure a piece of line between just east of Burnt Ranch. We got that kind of locked in and did some burning operations last night. Brought the line down to the highway with the hope to hold that and then start to work our way down and around the fire perimeter. So that's what I have for you today. Those are the 3 fires that in Trinity County, the Monument of course being the largest, but I did want to make sure you're aware of the threat from the river complex.
All right.
This is Supervisor Groves. I was at the briefing for the river complex. It has crossed into Trinity fairly aggressively, so it is in Adams Creek, Lady Gulch, and the South Fork of Coffee Creek. There's, between Siskiyou and Trinity, there's about 41 homes that are threatened by this. They did say they were going to bring some resources in. Hopefully tomorrow. It has not crossed Coffee Creek Road as of yet. They're going to try to hold it on Coffee Creek Road. If it does reach Coffee Creek Road, then that means it could run all the way to either Trinity Center or Coffee Creek eventually. So that's where we're at. Hopefully they can get the resources in and hold it there on the west side of the Coffee Creek Road in the Alps.
Yep.
Any additional questions?
Yeah, this is Liam, District 3. I just wanted to know, besides the downdrafts that we talked about, any predominant winds for tomorrow, the next day, that you know of?
That I know of, they're expecting the standard winds that we get, which are usually in the afternoon, kind of up canyon. They are expecting, as I said, the thunderstorms, and with those thunderstorms come atmospheric instability, which tends to let a fire really kind of move more rapidly and grow much faster. We did see that the column this morning was starting to try to punch through the inversion that's been sitting over the Weaver Basin and over the fire in general.
Would that be a good thing for relief of smoke here?
The double-edged sword, the smoke gets better, but the fire picks up and gets much more active.
Gotcha, thank you.
Welcome, sir.
There were, sorry, Jeremy, there was some questions that people wanted to try to get supplies into the people in Delnoma, and of course the roads are closed. Is there a mechanism for that to happen, or what happens if somebody wants to send groceries or whatever down there?
Yeah, they can speak with Corey, who's our rep for this area, and if they're working with the fire crews and they're down there, they're more happy to help them. If they're down there against evacuation orders, then sometimes it's difficult to support that. But he said we have a propane going down there to like the straw house, because they're helping firefighters with food and things like that. We have volunteer firefighters down there that are working with the department. So Corey is willing to do what he can to help get supplies down to those people that are staying there and being part of the solution.
Thank you.
I've been on the front lines of the Monument Fire. Probably 400 acres of our property has been burned. A lot of it is mostly understory burn, and then in some of the canyons with the high elevation jumps, that's where I've seen the most intense activity. But it's been really remarkable to see all the fire crews at work and their methodology of organizing and maintaining their focus of keeping people safe and then protecting structures. I got evacuated 3 times in one day with the fire crews and once without fire crews. So it's been an educational week, and we just want to share my appreciation and gratitude for all the work you've done.
Jeremy, is there anything we need to try to get down to you?
I'm good. I mean, my house is all fine, and we had one small A-frame that burned up that was too close to the brush, and it was in one of the wind channel canyons. But no, I'm doing all right. Thank you.
All right. Don't hesitate to give us a call.
Appreciate it. Any additional questions, or is that all?
Chairman Brown, can we have Christy kind of just give a little report? She's been boots on the ground every day down there, and she can give you some ideas about the structures and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Christy Anderson, Trinity County Environmental Health. As Tara mentioned, Corey from Team 5 has been taking me out to do a structure assessment right away, which was great. The more timely we can get that done, the more easily we can access funding to show threat and damage. So in the area, they're doing a great job with structure protection. All the assets and the resources are there. They've saved some properties that I didn't think we would be able to save, just because of where the access was, the heat around it. So we're seeing items like that going on that I was actually really impressed to see. Team 5 has been really great to work with. We've never worked this closely before, and it has really been great. As Tara had mentioned, the fire activity increases in areas where the smoke is lifting, and we've seen that firsthand as the weather changed and the wind changed direction. We would see that activity increase greatly as the smoke went away. So just hoping kind of that smoke stays on top. Does anybody have any specific questions for me?
Was there a number, or what should someone do if they have damage or something like that?
Yeah, so the call-in number is 530-623-1116. OES has staffed somebody there to answer questions. They have the master spreadsheet, which we've been updating every night. Currently, we're up to 33 confirmed structures, but with Jeremy's and another one that we've been made aware of, a dwelling, that number, will increase. Hopefully, we stay on this slow increase. And every outbuilding we're counting as well if it's bigger than 10 by 12. So basically a permittable structure, and we're not counting greenhouses, hoop houses in that count. Just to give you a heads up on that. But if you contact OES's 1116 line, you'll be able to find out if your name is on that list, your address is on that list, how many structures, what type of structures, and how big they are approximately.
Maybe this is a question for Liz, but the people in shelters,
Thank you, Liz Hamilton, Director of Health and Human Services, Office of Emergency Services. We have 2 shelters, one in Willow Creek and then one in Reading at Shasta College. And we have seen minimal use of those shelters at this time. We encourage anyone that has if they're evacuated, to go and check in and register, even if you do not plan to stay. If you are evacuated, registering with Red Cross will help give you access to resources. I believe this morning's count, we had 2 indoor in both shelters.
2 at both?
2 at both, 4 total. And that number changes daily a little bit, but not by much.
Liz, just to confirm my understanding, because of the work Christie's doing down there and getting the structure count, we were included in the state declaration for emergency.
Correct, the governor did include us.
Okay, thank you.
Liz, I got a question.
Sorry.
Alright. Do you know what example of the resources Red Cross is offering, and also is the evacuation center a clean air center as well?
Both do operate as a clean air center, and as far as a list of resources, I will get a confirmed list and we will get that routed and posted.
Okay, thank you so much.
Do we have a clean air center in town here?
Does Jill have a question?
To answer Supervisor Grove's question first, sorry, Ms. Cox. We do have 2 clean air centers, one here at the Trinity County Library in Weaverville, and one in Hayfork at the Murray Building that's right next door to the Hayfork Library. Supervisor Cox?
Yeah, my internet's really poor, so hopefully it lasted the question. I was wondering what it takes to get the federal emergency along with the state.
I don't have an easy answer for that. Typically there are thresholds, and it depends on just collective damage of the incident and resources that are needed. And so we work with our Cal OES partners very closely with environmental services as well to daily track all the costs incurred and the losses incurred to actively pursue that.
Is that the FMAG?
Correct, and they do not give us a threshold. Every incident is treated as its own incident.
The FMAG was already authorized or approved.
Yeah.
FMAG was?
Yeah.
Okay. That is not good.
So the FMAG is for firefighters and law enforcement. So this doesn't include individual assistance. So individual assistance, which would be with a FEMA declaration, and public assistance, we have not had that declared yet. Hopefully last year they were able to do some lumping in of counties with a solid lightning event. So we're hoping that maybe it'll move that direction, but we really can't say.
So the declaration from the governor's office, is that just for the monument, or does that include any fire in Trinity County?
It specifically mentions the July 2021 lightning fires and names Monument and McFarland. And I posed that question to Cal OES about River Complex, so I will keep you apprised of that. However, we do have the general July 2021 fires.
Thank you.
Any additional questions from the board? And thank you so much, Tara. Really appreciate it.
Very much, sir. You guys have a good day.
All right, we'll go into county matters now. These items include non-routine or controversial matters and are listed alphabetically by department and member of the board or staff. We request that an item be heard out of order. Does anyone need to change the order of these two items? All right. Clerk of the board, item 2.1.
Just get the fuck out of here, and I can't. I don't know how to turn this off.
It wasn't me. 2.1.
We'll feel that way sometime or another.
Emma, can you mute everybody? You got that ability? Override.
I will work on that.
All right, 2.1, ratify the county health officer's proclamation and confirm the existence of a local health emergency in Trinity County pertaining to unhealthy air quality due to the 2021 fires. No physical impact. Whose item is this? Coons?
Liz is coming to the mic.
Rick Hamilton.
Hi. I know these items will be taken separately, but my commentary would be the same for both. And these are formal requests that we're asking the board to ratify, just given the events going on right now. They support all the work that's being done here locally.
All right, thank you, Liz. Are there any questions from the board? Is there any public comment on this item?
There is no one in the room, and I'm not seeing any movement on Zoom.
Right. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll move to approve as presented.
I'll second. This is Dan.
Thank you.
All right, Emma, whenever you're ready.
Motion by Supervisor Groves, second by Supervisor Frazier. Supervisor Frazier, how do you vote?
Aye.
Supervisor Groves,
Aye.
Supervisor Cox. Aye. Supervisor Gogan,
Aye.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. All right, 2.2, ratify the county health officer's proclamation and confirm the existence of a local health emergency in Trinity County pertaining to hazardous waste resulting from the 2021 fires. Commentary is the same. Is there any public comment on this item?
None from the room, and I have no movement on Zoom.
All right.
I'll move to approve 2.2 as presented.
I will second.
I'll second. All right, we have Supervisor Gogan and Groves.
Motion by Supervisor Groves, second by Supervisor Gogan. Supervisor Gogan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Supervisor Groves,
Aye.
Supervisor Cox.
Aye, sorry.
Thank you. Supervisor Frazier,
Aye.
Supervisor Brown.
Aye, aye.
Thank you.
All right, motion passes. I believe that is it. And I'll just leave the meeting by saying, for those that are in the path of the wildfire, I encourage caution and being prepared to leave even though I evacuated 3 times the last time, I still didn't have everything I wanted. And I heard the winds of the fire going probably 30, 40 miles per hour in the canyon, because it just sucks the air out of the river channel and shoots it right up to the ridge line. So, some people haven't taken the fires too seriously, and I just want to share that it's definitely been a semi-traumatizing and also a highly educational week. And if anyone has any questions, please reach out, and I look forward to seeing you all over there in Weaverville, maybe.
Jeremy, I have a question for you. When you were evacuated, were you able to return also those 3 times, or 2 out of 3?
I'm back home now. A lot of the fire has already passed around my house location. It used to burn up the hill. It's already black all the way to the east, and it's almost all black all the way to the west between myself and where the fire break line is in. So it's incredibly smoky here in Burnt Ranch right now, and it's been beneficial. There might be some afternoon winds. I know the communities around Schoolhouse Road and Hennessy and Underwood, many people have stuck around because of their businesses or animals, or because they've never left for any fire traditionally. So dealing with some of that and just bringing some little reality to the fire scene. Often, I've been in multiple wildfires, but I've never seen this level of fire activity so closely and move so quickly.
Thank you.
Unless anyone else has anything else to say, that would conclude our July 12th special board meeting.
Hey Jeremy, it's Jill Willimon here. I just want to say our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I feel very safe here. The firefighters have been up multiple times and have looked at our sprinkler system and clearings, and we've felt very protected when we needed to be. And we have very steep road accesses, so the main concern, the old snags that burn and that fall on the road without goodness. So there's a lot of considerations I was unaware of before, with the level of heat and the wind passing so quickly on these steep slopes. That's what's made it very challenging for them to get into areas to access stuff. It's just not safe to be on a steep slope when there's a fire below you. Really commend the courage that these firefighters have. It's pretty amazing. All right.
I don't know if he was done.
Okay.
I decided he was.
Thanks, Emma.
I was thinking he was done.
Yeah.